Good morning, friends. Myself, Professor S. Italekar from NDMP KBT College of Engineering, Nasik. Today, we are going to discuss the one important topic, that is SSL, Secure Socket Layer. As we know that SSL is a security mechanism and that is very popular on the internet. It is used to provide the secure communication between the client and the server. So what are the different protocols which are involved in the SSL? What is the format of the SSL? That things we will discuss in the coming slides. Secure socket layer is the world's most widely used security mechanism on the internet. So it secures the communication between client and the server, and it is located between the application and transport layers of the TCP/IP protocol suite. We can see here the position of the SSL in TCP/IP model. As we know that the TCP/IP model is having the 5 layers, right from the physical layer to the application layers. So the position of the SSL that lies in between application layer and the transport layer. So how the data exchange take place from layer to layer, that things we'll discuss in the next slide. See here, there are two hosts, host X and the Y. X is the sender, Y is the receiver, and how data is transmitted from X to Y, we can see here. How the data is transmitted from application layer to the physical layer, and then at the receiver end, physical layer to the application layer. We can see here the application layer, the data when created at the application layer, that goes to the next layer, that is called as the SSL layer. So at that time the header of the SSL layer is added along with that data, and then it is transmitted to the next layer, transport layer. Then transport layer again add its own header and transmitted that data to the next layer is called as the internet layer. Then internet layer that add its own header and then transmit to the next layer, that is called as the data link layer. And finally data link layer add its own header and then transmit to the next layer is called as the physical layer. In the SSL protocol header format, we can see there are three important protocols that take place. The one is handshake protocol, second is record protocol, third one is alert protocol. We can see here there are different fields in this header format: SSL handshake protocol, SSL change, Cipher specification protocol, SSL alert protocol, HTTP, then SSL record protocol, TCP, and then IP. So all these protocol we will discuss in detail one by one. So basically the three important protocol that are related to the SSL protocol. The first one is the SSL handshake message format. So we can see here the SSL handshake message format. So it has the three fields. The first field is the type, it is of 1 byte. Then length, it is of 3 byte. And then contents, it has 1 or more bytes. So we can see here the handshake SSL handshake message format and how it works. So it works in the 4 phases. So we'll discuss each phase in detail. So before that SSL handshake message, what are the different messages which are involved? So different message types are here. Hello request, the parameters for this message type is none. Then client hello. So in this case the different fields which are involved, so version, then random number, session ID, cipher suite, compression method. Then server hello, so what is the SSL version, then random number, then session ID, then again cipher suite, then compression method, which compression method is used. Then certificate chain of X.509 version 3 certificates, server key exchange, what are the different parameters and signatures are used, certificate request, what are the different types, authorities, then server hello done, So again, parameters are none, certificate of verify, then signature, client key exchange, parameter, signature, and finish hash values. So we can see this is the SSL handshake process. So and this web browser and web server, so the communication between client and the server. So in the first phase, in the handshake process, the four steps which are take place. The first step is establish the security capabilities. The step 2 is server authentication and key exchange. Step number 3, client authentication and key exchange, and fourth one is finish. So these are the 4 steps in the SSL handshake process. Now each step we'll discuss in detail. The first step is that SSL handshake phase 1. So in this, the step 1, the client send the hello to the web server, and then server send the server hello to the web browser. So as we already discussed, the client hello and the server hello. So what are the parameters? So parameters which are given as none. Then SSL handshake phase 2 is very important. So web server send the different types of the message to the web browser. So step 1, it requires the certificates, then server key exchange, certificate request, then server hello done. So the step first, it send its certificates. Step second, server key exchange, then it request the certificates and server hello done. Then in SSL handshake phase 3, so we can see here the step first is certificates, that is from web browser to web server, then client key exchange, and third one is certificate verify. And the SSL handshake phase 4, so web browser that sends to the web server change cipher specification and finish, and web server send the change cipher specification and finish. Here what is the change cipher specification, that things we'll discuss little bit in detail. The change cipher specification protocol is one of the 3 SSL specified protocols that use the SSL record protocol, and it is the simplest. And this protocol consists of a single message which consists of a single byte with the value 1, and the sole purpose of this message is to cause the pending state to be copied into the current state. I'll repeat, the sole purpose of this message is that to cause the pending state to be copied into the current state, which update the cipher suit to be used on this connection. Then the most complex part of the SSL is the handshake protocol, and this protocol allows the server and clients to authenticate each other and to negotiate an encryption and MAC algorithms and cryptographic keys that is to be used to protect the data sent in an SSL record. So the handshake protocol is used before any applications data is used. The handshake protocol consists of series of messages exchanged by the client and server, that things we already discussed, and all of these have the format that is we have initially shown, that contains the type, length, contents, right? So that message format also we have discussed, right? So we can say that it is nothing but the establish the logical connection between the client and server with exchanging the some security parameters, and which takes in the 4 steps, that is right from the establishing the connection and the finish the connection. Now the next protocol here we have to discuss is called as the record protocol. So we can see here in the SSL record protocol the different what can say operations that take place. So initially there is a completion application data, then fragmentation is there, then compression is there, addition of MAC, encryption, and append header. So here little bit we'll see a little bit description about the SSL record protocol. Actually the SSL record protocol that provide the two services for the SSL connections. The first one is the confidentiality. The handshake protocol defines a shared secret key that is used for conventional encryption of SSL payloads. And second service, message integrity. The handshake protocol also defines a shared secret key that is used to form a message authentication code, MAC. So we can see this figure, and in this figure it indicates that overall operations of the SSL record protocol which are already mentioned. And this record protocol takes an application message and that is to be transmitted, then fragments the data into the manageable blocks, optionally compress the data, applies the MAC, encrypts, add a header, and then transmit the result unit in a TCP segment. Receive data which are decrypted, verified, decompressed, and reassembled, and then delivered to the higher level users. The first step is a fragmentation. Each upper layer message is fragmented into blocks of 2 raised to 14 bytes. So it is approximately 16,384 bytes or less. Next, compression is optionally applied. Compression must be lossless and may not increase the content length by more than 1024 bytes. In SSL version 3, no compression algorithm is specified, so that default compression algorithm is null. The next step in the processing is to compute a message authentication code over the compressed data, and for this purpose a shared secret key is used. Next, the compressed message plus the MAC are encrypted using the symmetric encryption. So these are the steps which are involved in the SSL record protocol. Now the third protocol that is very important, SSL alert protocol. When the client or server detects an error, the detecting party sends an alert message to the other party. If the error is fatal, both the parties immediately close the SSL connection. If any other type of the error, if it is not fatal error, then we can say that which are not severe, then do not result in the termination of the connection. So there are different the message format that provides the alert protocol. So this is the alert protocol message format that is shown in figure. The first field is the severity, that is byte 1, and second field is cause, it is of byte 2. Now there are different SSL alert protocol message types. We can see here the message types: handshake failure, so criticality is given here, critical. So we can see in the previous slide there is a severity. Okay, so severity means whether it is critical or not critical, that is what criticality. So message type is a handshake failure. Criticality is given, that is called as the level critical, and security parameters which are not acceptable. Bad record time. So bad record MAC critical. So incorrect message authentication code. Then unknown CA, that is unknown certification authority, it is critical. Unknown certificate authority, certificate expire, not a critical, the certificate provided is expired. Unsupported certificate, not a critical, certificate provided is not a supported. Protocol version, not a critical, currently unsupported protocol. Any internal error, not a critical, error which is not related to the SSL protocol. We can see here critical, not critical. If the criticality is a critical, then connection will be terminated. Otherwise, it will not be terminated. This is the alert protocol, and it was the one important protocol of the SSL protocol. Thank you. The slide contains which are taken from the book Cryptography and Network Security, written by the Atul Kahate.